All right, what's going on, everybody, man? Especially for my Georgia Tech fans, man. Time to do a reaction to a big win at home. Say what you want. I know California was 12-13 coming in, 5-8 in ACC, but it's did a lot for Georgia Tech moving forward, right? First off, it's got them back to 500, which is what they needed. Haven't done that since January, And then second of all, it puts them one win shy of their win total from last year. Now, y'all say what y'all want. And like I've been saying with Coach Damon Sedema, I've been continued to tell y'all, stay patient, remain patient, Yellow Jacket faithful, because he's doing an outstanding job. With all the injuries this year, we've talked about it in so many videos, right? We talked about it with obviously Kawasi Reeves being out, Javion McCullum being out, right? We talked about it with Luke O'Brien being out. Lance Terry in and out of the lineup, clearly not 100% in this game. They've continued to play really good basketball, and they did the same, obviously, on Saturday. Now, obviously, this was not a great game in terms of just offensive rebounding and cleaning the glass on defense, right? But we know that California is a top-end team when it comes to rebounding in this game, right? And that led to 20 second chance points. They did really good on the glass. They had 12 offensive rebounds, right? It's tough. It's a really good team on the glass. But if you're Georgia Tech, you did what you were supposed to do, right? You forced this game. I'll take y'all back to a key moment. It's 86-81, right? Andre Stojakovic hits that nice mid-range floater, right? Nate George comes down the court, hits a three ball. They're down two, about 2 minutes and some change to go, right? Jaden Mustas plays outstanding defense, forces a turnover, right? They go back down to four. He gets a turnover. He does a bounce pass to Lance Terry. He lays it in. It's 86-86. Unfortunately, hate to see it. Jeremiah Wilkinson goes down with a cramp, looks like to the back of his leg. That was a key stretch in the game, you know what I'm saying, when Georgia Tech needed it most. And then he drives down to the lane. Baye Ndongo hits the tip in, right? And just caps off an epic performance from him. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and give him a shout-out, right? 26 points and 13 rebounds. A few nights ago, 15 points and 16 rebounds, 11 of 14 from the floor. He also hit a career high in points and a half, right? He scored 16. Now, he did go a little quiet in the second half, but when he needed the most, he crashed the glass for a tip-in dunk that ended the game. Just what you needed, you know what I'm saying? And they've been playing some good basketball. They've beaten Louisville. They've beaten Clemson. They've beaten Stanford, right? And they've won 5 of their last 7 games, and they've been great on the glass. Outside of this game, they've been pretty good. And he's been one of the reasons. He had 4 offensive rebounds in the first half, 8 total in this game. His ability to do that and his ability to be there, if they miss a shot and get it back up and create opportunities has been crucial. Now credit to California because they adjusted in this game to what he was doing with the pick and roll. Because early in the first half, pick and roll was killing California. Nate George and Baye Ndongo was having their way. You know what I'm saying? They cooked only 2 scores in double figures in the first half for Georgia Tech. They killed them with it. But this has been the biggest thing, and that's the biggest question we've been asking. We've been following Georgia Tech basketball. Will Baye Ndongo take the next step? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's starting to kind of do that. I feel like he hit a jump shot, 3-pointer tonight as well. He's starting to kind of, game is slowing down for him. You know what I'm saying? And the same with Nate George. And those two have been crucial in obviously Georgia Tech winning these games. You know what I'm saying? That has been valuable for them. And they've been stepping up big, which is the reason why they're back to 500. And they got a chance. They can potentially get a bye week in the ACC tournament. You know what I'm saying? And Baye Ndongo has been balling. He continues to play like that. Tech has any chance in the ACC tournament to make some noise. And as y'all can see right here, last 4 ACC wins, this is what he's done. 17.7 points per game, 13.2 rebounds per game, and 58% from the field. 6 offensive rebounds per game in those wins. Again, he's crashing the glass, creating opportunities when they miss jump shots, whether it's Terry, whether it's George, Duncan Powell, and he's going back up or he's creating another opportunity. I also want to give a shout out to Nate George. He was great in this game. 26 points, 9 of 19 from the field, 5 of 8 from three-point range. He had a game-high 8 assists in this one, a block as well, and a steal. He did what he was supposed to do, I thought, overall in this game as well. He continues to, like I said, take that next step. The growth of those two is the reason why Georgia Tech are winning a lot of these games. Without those two, you know what I'm saying, I don't think they come out and win these games. You know what I'm saying? Because the other guys have been banged up and injured, and it's been inconsistent. So I want to credit Nate George. His growth, his decision has been really crucial for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And also want to give a shout out to Duncan Powell. Duncan Powell had 19 points in this game, man. He was crucial as well, with his performance, right? He ended up getting a big-time layup late in the game, and then he got a steal in the next possession. You know what I'm saying? Not steal, excuse me. Got offensive rebound, puts it back up. Critical stretch of the game, keeps it alive for Georgia Tech. You love to see it. Now, in terms of areas they got to clean up, obviously turnovers. They had 14 in this game. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a crucial spot moving forward. And free throws, 9 for 15 in this game. You got to be able to hit those late. But they did what they're supposed to do. And the underrated part I do want to talk about is Jaden Mustafa. Obviously, you see his poster, which was crucial in the game. It gave him a lot of good momentum, and love that he actually attacked this dude and win that Andre Stojakovic. But his defense late in games, I'll talk about it in the article that's going to come out. He gives Coach Stoudemire a guy that he can rotate in late game lineups. If you need a defensive lineup, he can go in because late in that game, you've seen, obviously their guards, and we'll talk about that here in a second with California. They were driving past Nate George and Lance Terry. No disrespect to them, right? But they're not the defender that Jaden Mustafa is. So when you have a guy that's physical, big body, he can go and guard other teams' better perimeter players. So now you got a guy late in games you can match him on and rotate and sub in, obviously, your other players. I think that's crucial. We seen in this game, guarding Jeremiah Wilkerson. Yeah, but guarding Jeremiah Wilkerson in this game, you know what I'm saying? He was guarding Andre Stojakovic. He got a late steal in that game that ultimately forced that fast break layup, to Lance Terry. You know what I'm saying? Just guarding their best players. That is exactly what you want to see. So I want to give him his props. That's not going to get talked about. That's going to get glossed over. But you got a guy now potentially that you can leave on an island and trust that he's going to be able to make stops and not have Ndongo, which was hurting him late in that game, come over and switch over, which leads to open ducks on the back side of the defense. Now you have a guy that you can potentially match up against other players, perimeter players. That's crucial going forward. Now, let's talk about California here real quick. Jeremiah Wilkerson, man, what a homecoming. I hate that he went out with an injury, late in the game, obviously, after that play, but he was balling. He had 25 points, 4 or 7 from 3. At one point, he had 19 points, 6 or 12 from the field. He was absolutely balling in this game. Didn't have too many answers for him, and you could tell it meant more to him. Had his family in the audience. Obviously, he went to McEachern, high school and played there before going to Skill Factory in Atlanta, before obviously going out to California. He was spectacular, man, and he's obviously been one of the highest scorers, this year, obviously, in the ACC, especially for California. Hasn't been shooting it well, but he shot it pretty well in this game, and they had little to no answers. He was probing into the lane, drawing contact and fouls. He was stretching the defense from 3, and he was getting anywhere he wanted on the floor. He showed, like, in the next few years, he could be that guy in the ACC that we're talking about as an elite player, on both ends. Also, they had Andre Stojakovic, who I would say stepped up pretty big for them, especially with, obviously, him going out. He had 22 points in this game, had it going. Just got to clean up his turnovers a little bit in decision-making. But he had a pretty good game, showed that he could be an efficient scorer, obviously, as well. But all right, y'all, as I wrap up this game, that's my overall synopsis of what I think. Again, Georgia Tech and Tina Plot wins. It makes you think if they was healthy and whole, what this team could do this year. You know what I'm saying? They could be potentially something special. That's what it makes you think about. But nonetheless, they get a full week. Hopefully they can get a couple guys back into the lineup now after a full week because they don't play again against Boston College. And one more note, they've played the tough end in their schedule, right? That was such a big stretch because, remember, they were struggling. And they picked up a couple quad one wins in the process, right? Now you've knocked that out. Now you're going to play the latter half of the ACC. You know what I'm saying? So now you can finish off the, regular season on a win streak potentially, with a lot of momentum going into your favor. Just what you want if you're a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. You know what I'm saying? If you're a fan, if you're a player, this bodes well for you because you handle your business. Now, if you lost, you're looking at, a tough stretch, potentially because how are you going to show that you should be able to get in? Now you can do that, finish the season strong, get some wins in the ACC tournament, potentially make some noise, and maybe even sneak your way into the NCAA tournament. So we're going to find out, but nonetheless, big win again for Georgia Tech. I keep telling the Yellow Jackets fans, trust in Damon Stoudemire. He knows what he's doing. He's continued to show that, man, and they're going to be a dangerous team moving forward. I'm telling y'all, year 3 is going to be the inflection point. They got so much great talent coming in with 2025 class, in addition to what he's able to keep with this lineup that he has currently right now and what he does in the portal. I'm telling y'all, stay noted and continue to look out for the Yellow Jackets. This team's going to be very good in a short amount of time.